Have you ever walked past someone and thought, damn, they just look expensive? Like, they could be on their way to a rooftop brunch, a business meeting, or a private jet, but they're literally just ordering an oat milk latte with zero stress in their face. Yeah, me too. And then you catch yourself in the reflection of a cafe window like, why do I look like I'm late for my own breakdown? Here's the thing. Looking wealthy isn't about being rich. It's about the energy you give off. It's subtle. It's in the details. It's how you move, dress, and talk. So today, I'm sharing 8 subtle cues that give off rich energy, even if your bank account says otherwise. Let's get into it. 1. Well-fitted and minimalist clothing. Here's the deal. People who look wealthy, they're not doing the most, they're doing less, but better. Think about it. No loud logos, no TikTok trends glued to their bodies, just clean, tailored, timeless clothes in neutral colors. Like they woke up and said, I'm here to collect my inheritance and still be humble. I used to think dressing rich meant wearing designer stuff, so I bought a fake Gucci belt once. Let's just say the fake leather peeled before my confidence did. Real wealth doesn't flake. Then I realized, it's not what you wear, it's how it fits and how it flows. A simple black turtleneck and good jeans can look like $1 million if they fit right and feel intentional. Tip? Tailor your basics. Yes, even your $30 H&M trousers. Suddenly, they look like $300. It's like adding a filter to your outfit, but in real life. Looking wealthy isn't about buying more, it's about curating better. 2. High-quality accessories. The people who look rich, they're not out here wearing 6 rings and a belt buckle big enough to receive satellite signals. Nope, it's all about subtle flexes. A sleek watch with no bling, a worn-in but structured leather bag, tiny gold earrings that whisper generational wealth. It's like money speaks, but wealth whispers, and usually in neutral tones. One time, I wore this flashy knockoff designer bag. A woman next to me had a plain-looking tote, no logo, no drama. Turns out it was a Serene. Mine? $20 and already peeling. The lesson? Quiet confidence beats loud branding. Look for clean design, timeless structure, and materials that age well, like leather, gold plating, or woven textures. It doesn't need to be expensive, it just needs to look like you didn't rush it. Wealthy energy isn't about showing off, it's about showing up well. 3. Confident posture and calm body language. You ever notice how rich-looking people move? They don't rush, they glide, like they've got time, money, and no ex texting them back. Posture is free, my friend, and it's a game changer. Straight back, chin relaxed, shoulders down like you're not carrying the weight of inflation on your spine. I used to walk like I was dodging imaginary obstacles. Then I started paying attention. Calm, centered body language makes people look powerful, even when you have no idea what you're doing. Try this. Next time you walk into a room, pause for 1 second. Breathe. Own your space. It's subtle, but it says, I belong here. Even if here is just the salad bar. Think of posture as the silent handshake you give the world before you even speak. Rich-looking people, they've mastered that. 4. Calm and clear way of speaking. Wealthy-looking people talk like they've never had to rush a sentence in their life. They use pauses like commas are currency. No filler words, no speed talking, just steady, grounded vibes. And before you think, but I ramble when I'm nervous. Same. I used to speak like my words were late for a bus. But then I started watching interviews with super composed people, Michelle Obama, for example. She never rushes, never over-explains, just calm clarity. It's magnetic. Want to level up? Practice saying less, but with more weight. Instead of, I kind of think that maybe, say, here's what I noticed. It doesn't mean becoming someone you're not. It's about choosing calm over chaos in your voice. Even if you're just ordering a smoothie, do it like you own the company. That's wealthy energy. 5. Clean grooming and appearance. This isn't about having cheekbones that can cut glass or hair that defies humidity. It's about looking like you care. Not in a high-maintenance way, in an intentional way. Wealthy energy is in the details: moisturized skin, clean nails, neat eyebrows, fresh breath. That's it. There was a time when I skipped skincare for weeks and wondered why I looked dusty. Turns out, soap and sunscreen are cheaper than therapy. Who knew? Invest in a basic grooming routine that makes you feel like you're showing up as your best self, even if you're just working from bed. No need for a 14-step Korean skincare routine. Just look like you showered on purpose. And remember, people don't notice when you're perfect. They notice when you're polished. 6. A stylish and serene environment. Okay, unpopular opinion. Your background speaks before you do. And I don't mean your origin story, I mean what's literally behind you on Zoom. Rich-looking people? They always seem to be sitting in a space that looks like a Pinterest board. Neutral tones, maybe a plant, soft lighting, no chaos. Even their coffee mugs are aesthetically threatening. Now listen, you don't need a luxury loft in Copenhagen. But clearing your space, lighting a candle, or even strategically placing a bookshelf behind you, it shifts the whole vibe. I once filmed a video in front of a pile of laundry, and someone commented, "You look tired." I wasn't. I was just messy. So here's the tip. Curate your environment like it's part of your outfit, because it kind of is. A calm space is calm energy, is elevated presence, and that's what rich looks like. 7. Cultural awareness and refined interests. You know that person who casually mentions they're rereading The Alchemist while sipping matcha on a trip to Lisbon? Yeah, you don't hate them, you just wish you had their itinerary. Here's the thing, people who seem wealthy often have an aura of worldliness. Not in a show-offy way, but like they've tasted life beyond their zip code. It's not about pretending you're an art critic or suddenly caring about 18th century opera. It's about being curious and having interests that suggest depth. Watch a documentary, try wine tasting, read one smart book and name drop it twice. Not to be fake, but to show that you're cultivating taste. Wealthy people don't just buy things, they build aesthetic intelligence, and that's way cooler than any watch. Plus, if you can casually say, "Oh, I had something similar in Paris," you've already won. 8. A polished online presence. Nowadays, your social media is basically your digital cologne. People sniff it out fast, and they'll judge you in 3 seconds flat. Wealthy-looking people? Their profiles are intentional, not necessarily influencer-level perfect, but clean, cohesive, and calm. Their feed isn't a chaotic meme pit. Their LinkedIn photo doesn't look like it was taken at a barbecue. I once deleted 80 old posts in one afternoon because I realized my grid looked like an emotional roller coaster with bad lighting. You don't need to be aesthetic, just considered. Curate your vibe, use natural light, ditch the screenshots and blurry party pics. Make your digital presence say, "I know who I am, and I don't need to shout," because that, my friend, is wealth energy through Wi-Fi. So yeah, none of these cues require you to actually be rich. You don't need to own a yacht. You just need to carry yourself like you wouldn't panic if you fell into one by accident. Looking wealthy is a mindset. It's about attention to detail, calm energy, and showing up like your life has value because it freaking does. Pick just one of these cues this week, just one. Start small, maybe fix your posture, or clean your room, or moisturize like a boss. And trust me, those little shifts, they compound, and you feel it. If this gave you a little clarity or even just a smile, feel free to like the video. Subscribe if you're into personal growth with personality. And hey, drop a comment. Which of these cues are you already rocking? Stay sharp, stay grounded, and as always, see you in the next one, darling.